A few days ago, Art Angels commented, "I'd love a video on Ellie's 3 days and descent into darkness." Well, no worries, my fellow Grimes fan. I got you covered. In the first game, one of the major themes was innocence lost, both Joel's innocence and Ellie's. With the collapse of society, the harsh and brutal world of The Last of Us has a tendency of making survivors grow up fast. The events of Part 1 and its DLC Left Behind forged the 14-year-old Ellie into an adult through a trial by fire, where she emerged through a heroic threshold by facing her fears and letting the darkness pass through her. But the unforgiving world of The Last of Us can often turn heroes into villains, feeding the inner monster lurking within all of us until the point of no return is crossed. If Part 1 reflected Ellie's innocence being traded for strength, then Part 2 was about her inner monster being tamed and restrained before it was too late. Fortunately for us and Ellie, she did finally, in the end, manage to do this, but at great cost. I'm Dan, aka Wolf, and today we're going to be talking about Ellie's descent into darkness and the loss of her inner magic. But first, I'm going to ask you, if you're jamming out to the content I produce, subscribe to me, leverage the unrivaled power of that notification bell, and leave your love in the comments. What you have to say means much and more to me than you could possibly know. Much like the moth tattoo on her arm, Ellie is drawn into this destructive conflict like a moth to a flame, with no hesitation and no looking back. Her approach to seeking Abby reflects the same spirit and aggressive energy of Abby seeking Joel. Nothing else matters, and there is nothing else to focus on except revenge. One of our first insights into Ellie's mindset is during her first day, after Ellie and Dina discover Leah's slain body.
Well, she's dead. How do you feel?
I'm pissed we couldn't talk to her.
Yeah. But she didn't hurt Joel. It would have been pretty fucked up to make her talk.
She traveled hundreds of miles to torture him. I don't care whether she held the club or not.
I get it.
Stress and exhaustion lead to further revelations about Ellie's inner mindset when Dina reveals that she is pregnant, and Ellie is faced with the first potential obstacle between her and the satisfaction of her revenge.
What are we supposed to do now?
Nothing. I just need to rest for a second.
Are you fucking kidding? How long have you known?
I was late a few weeks ago.
A few weeks? We could have still turned back.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure, okay? I didn't want to be a burden.
Well, you're a burden now, aren't you?
Ellie's confirmation bias is on full display at the beginning of Day 3, when Jesse asks her if she is worried about her actions endangering the people of Jackson.
You ever worried they're gonna come back to Jackson after us?
What do you mean?
I mean, we're going through a lot of their people. In their city.
Because of what they did.
Didn't Abby and her friends come to Jackson because of something Joel did?
This place isn't like Jackson. I mean, Joel and Tommy helped Abby when she got attacked. These people are trying to kill everyone around them. I mean, they shot you on sight, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
One of the final and most revealing choices comes when Ellie and Jesse learn that there is a sniper at the arena being overwhelmed by the wolves. They both know that this is Tommy, and it becomes clear to us at this point in time where Ellie's priorities lie.
We can get to the marina through here.
No, we're taking a boat.
You heard them, right? They're talking about Tommy.
We don't know that.
Who else is it gonna be?
If it is him, he'll be gone by the time we get there. Abby is where he'll be headed, so if we just
What
fall,
if he's in trouble?
he can take care of himself.
Jesus Christ.
The best way to help Tommy is to go after Abby. You do this, I'm not saving your ass again.
hope you make it.
Much later in the narrative, Ellie's shadow grows as she approaches the symbolic flame at the end of her bloody quest that threatens to consume the final vestige of the girl we knew and loved. Fortunately for us and Ellie, she denies her inner monster in that final moment and lets Abby go, though we ultimately see that her actions have still exacted a heavy price. She has lost the love of her life along with the new family she made, and perhaps more poignantly, she can no longer naturally play the guitar. That beautiful part of her creativity and expression has been sacrificed in the pursuit of vengeance. Some folks like to point out that she could still play the guitar by playing left-handed, but the logistics of that are a bit more complicated. She would have to find a left-handed guitar, or she would have to make the decision to try and teach herself to play the common guitar in reverse grip. Anything she attempts would take a major rewiring of the brain, requiring at least months, at the very least, of very difficult retraining, and that's if she even has the desire to do so. In my Fallen Angels video, I point out the difference in how Ellie and Abby deal with internalizing their own actions in this bloody saga. As user Dog observed in the comments of that video, Dog felt that Ellie's lack of internalization was because her revenge quest wasn't complete. And Dog is absolutely right, that both women are in two separate places of their process. Whereas Ellie is only seen approaching her confrontation, Abby is moving away from her confrontation, absorbing and digesting its impact on her. I would still have preferred a single nightmare sequence for Ellie, with the Mel Dina switch as an appropriate, powerful, and satisfying inclination of some form of self-awareness glimmering in the sea of Ellie's trauma and torment. If this video meant something to you, consider supporting me on Patreon so I can devote more time to creating the content you love. Follow me on Twitter and show me pictures of the wolf in your life. And don't forget to leave your love in the comments. And remember that I have other videos that may offer you something you didn't know you were searching for. Until next time, I'll catch you in the wilderness of the mental.